Well, here's the next project. So it wasn't planned, but it just came along. So I don't want to just leave it sitting around. I might as well get it ready to use. So I'm pretty sure this is a genuine Baldor carbide grinder. There's no nameplate on it, and it appears that the motor has been rewound. And when they rewind these things, the whole center section of the motor goes in the varnish tank, and then when they pull them out, they've got to sand and grind and clean the varnish off the outside. So it's got a lot of evidence of that, and I'm sure the nameplate went with that process. But I mean, it doesn't appear to be an import, because just look at the age and the styling and the patina and everything. Pretty sure it's genuine Baldor. Everything's really beefy, dirty, needs some cleaning. We've got a diamond wheel on this side and no wheel on this side. The guy did throw in a green wheel, but he did not have the mounting plate, so we've got to make a mounting plate. We did find a nut, which is way too deep. We'll have to cut that down and clean it up, but it is the correct thread, so that's a little bonus. The drip cups that go up here are missing, of course, and then this guard's been modified. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it is what it is. The the light actually works. Okay. Let's turn it on here. Got a little vibration. We'll probably end up putting bearings in it. And it has forward and reverse. And this slows down a little bit. I'll show you. We got some run out on this wheel, so this wheel may not be any good. Yeah, so just holding this up close here. Hear that? Yeah, so it's not running true. Got some run out. Not real bad, but so anyways, I'm gonna start pull the tables off and start breaking this down a little bit. We're gonna give it a good cleanup. Probably repaint it. I'd like to get the proper label for it if I can figure out a way to either make one or find one. Oh, almost forgot to note. There's some big drain pans that go underneath, and those are missing also. But so these are the table adjusting bolts or screws. I don't know what you call them. T-handles. And this looks like our first Bubba modification here. So instead of, I'm pretty sure these are supposed to be just a thick spacer washer in there, not a nut. Keep finding more handiwork by Bubba here. So no washer on the table trunnion attachment nut here, and then here's where these guys go. Yeah, so okay, more stuff to fix. Just wanted to show how these trunnions work. So I'm going to call this the trunnion plate. I don't know what they actually call it, but they've got these two buttons on there, and you've got a groove here in the trunnion, and it just sits on there. Let's see if I can keep the light from blowing us out here. All right, there we go. So see, it just follows those two those buttons. All right, and then on this side This one here is loose, so we're going to have to deal with that. $128.88 rewind and bearings. Alright guys, I jumped ahead here. I got the pins pulled out for the keyways, both sides, and obviously I got the end covers or end mounts removed. So this end is the standard bearing end. It should just come right off. I don't know about these collars though. I'm trying to determine if this collar continues on inside the end bell of the motor here, or if I need to remove these collars first. Now this side over here, this side has the thrust bearing end of the motor, so we've got an extra plate here. Sometimes there's a plate on the back side, so we'll find out when we take these screws out. Put a couple punch marks on this end just so we don't get our end bells flip-flop one end for the other end. Alright guys, jumped ahead here. So this is the thrust bearing end. Bearing actually feels pretty good. I'm going to change them anyways. I mean, might as well. This collar, I think it's a press fit along with, of course, with the bearing. So I'm hoping when I put this in the press or put a puller on it that this all comes off without too much effort. I don't want to mess up this collar. I mean, if I do, I'll make another one, you know, but I'd rather not have to do that. And then here's the back plate that goes behind the end bell. There's our end bell, right? And then the other side here, opposite end bearing. This one's a little, not so much rough. It's got a little extra play. I mean, you will have play in a motor bearing because they're designed to take up the clearance when they're up to temperature. But yeah, that's a little more than I like, you know. Plus we heard a little bit of noise. So here's the other interesting thing, is here's how they balanced it. They got a big glob of epoxy on the rotor there. So I'm going to rebalance. I don't know, I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet. I'm either going to have to jury rig up some balance wheels, or my neighbor used to have one. I'm going to see if he still has one. Yeah, or hit somebody else up for a balance rig that can set this in and see if we got a heavy spot on it. Okay, anyways, this is enough for today. I'm going to record these bearing numbers and get a couple bearings ordered, and then we'll pick this up in a day or two.